James Gunn's having a ton of Suicide Squad fun these days, but which ones of his films didn't get to have their run in the sun? Okay, no more rhymes, I mean it.
Anybody want a peanut? Yeah!
Alright, now I mean it. Hey everybody and welcome to Screen Rant. James Gunn has actually been in Hollywood for a while. He wrote the cult, classic Romeo and Juliet, Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, and the first two Scooby Doo movies, then moved into directing with Slither and Super before making it big with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, even including those movies and the new Suicide Squad, his filmography is relatively small, but he did have several films that he wanted to make before his career really took off. I'm Greg Elliott, and here is every James Gunn movie that didn't get made.
I'm Mary Jane.
Like, that is my favorite name.
Really?
Yeah.
After writing the screenplays for Scooby Doo and its sequel, Gunn had already planned out a third film, but when Monsters Unleashed didn't do too well, the studio canceled number 3. He gave a rundown of it on Twitter though, saying that the Mystery Inc. gang would have gone to Scotland, only to find that the monsters they were hired to investigate were actually the victims, and Scooby and Shaggy would have had to come to terms with their own prejudices and narrow belief systems. Zoinks! Fans of Mad Magazine, or Mad TV even, will definitely remember Spy vs. Spy, where two identical secret agents, one in white and one in black, set traps on one another while doing spy stuff. And back in 1999, Gunn wrote and pitched a full script of it to Warner Brothers, and once again, thanks to Twitter, we know that he had Eddie Murphy and Nick Cage in mind to star, and at one point the spies would have, transferred their minds into mechanical cats. Sadly, WB did pass on that, but they did still end up hiring him as the screenwriter for Scooby Doo.
See titanic underwater battles never dreamed of before in this most terrifying of the science fiction adventures.
Gunn does love social media and recently revealed on Instagram that after doing Dawn of the Dead, he pitched a Creature of the Black Lagoon remake to Universal, but they didn't want him to do it. But with Universal starting to revisit some of their old horror flicks like the recent Invisible Man remake and a new adaptation of Dracula on the way, maybe they'll give James another chance to make it happen. After making Slither, Gunn tried to make another black comedy sci-fi film with Ben Stiller called Pets, about a man abducted by aliens who want to turn him into their very own household pet. And it actually got about 2 years into pre-production, but Gunn eventually left the project due to creative differences.
It's alive! It's alive!
And keeping with his classic horror remake trend, he also wanted to direct his own adaptation of 1974's It's Alive, which is about a baby that turns out to be a mutant monster and goes on a killing rampage. At some point, James approached the film's director Larry Cohen about it, but at the time, didn't have enough money to buy the movie's rights. The 2008 direct-to-DVD remake did bomb pretty hard, so maybe that was a blessing in disguise. And in 1999, long before Gunn struck gold in the superhero genre, and even years before the 05 and 07 Fantastic Four movies, a Fox executive actually asked him to write a treatment for the Silver Surfer.
Oh, that is cool.
And he put together a story that saw Silver Surfer turning on Galactus, and it seems like Fox was interested. But Gunn ultimately decided to focus on Spy vs. Spy instead, and well, neither ended up getting made. But imagine if James Gunn had gotten onto the Marvel boat back in the 90s. Or, well, maybe it's better that he didn't.
Let's all go for a spin!
James seems to be batting 1,000 these days, so make sure to check out the Suicide Squad and keep up with us at Screen Rant for future James Gunn projects like Peacemaker, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and more. So until next time, I'm Greg Elliott, thank you for watching, and I'm out. See ya.